All right, everybody. Let's see. Yes, I'm on. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Dave Kramer, and this is Kramer Unstuck. And today I want to talk about statism. All right. Yesterday I talked about anarchy, and anarchy can also be called voluntarism, where you volunteer. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about there's a meme over here on. I want to make sure this thing's working. Okay, yeah. Uh, this is great. If you ever get lost in the woods, yell out taxation is theft, and a random statist will show up to point out the roads. And then this guy's looking at this statist, and the statist is saying, "My road is that way." So, I don't know if that's true. I live back in the woods, so I won't, and I don't live like in a deep, like the north woods of Oregon or Washington or upstate Pennsylvania. I live in the kind of woods where you walk a few miles and there's civilization. But uh, if I ever get lost in the woods, I'm going to try that. Okay, statism is a concentration of economic controls and planning in the hands of a highly centralized government, often extending to government ownership of industry. Uh, I'm going to be also talking in another video about corporatism and capitalism. And like I said before, I'm learning this shit. I knew some stuff, but uh, okay, examples of statism in a sentence. In 2024, China will sink deeper into the tar pit of economic stagnation caused by statism and a refusal to embrace free market capitalism. Putting putting limits and putting uh, ceilings on and just no, you can't do that, and you can't make this much, and that kind of shit. Such is the peril of the policy choices facing the Chinese government. Stability bought with statism today means weaker performance tomorrow that prevents Beijing from making necessary investments in greener growth. Limits, ceilings, yeah, that kind of crap. Capitalism is better, but there's different kinds of capitalism that are not good. Okay, um, I'm a would be considered an anarchist or a voluntarist. And I believe that my community here, if we would have the freedom to where I can volunteer maybe my time, money, or either, I wouldn't have a problem. If we get together as communities and we say, well, these roads are bad, and we decide together to fix the road, I would donate money and time. I'd be out there working. That to me is better than this government crap. I live in Pennsylvania, and the roads are complete crap. I mean, it's pathetic. I know I was driving yesterday and banging into, the rocky shit, and driving home from work, and you get these areas that everything vibrates. It just vibrates, and it vibrates for a long period of time, and you're like, are my ball joints going out? Well, you keep driving on that shit, and they are going to go out. Okay, you hit these darn potholes that don't look like they're big, and it's like, what the hell? And then the next pothole looks like it's big, and you avoid it, but it ain't. It's illusion, optical illusions. But anyway, I believe in the voluntarism. I would do that. Where a statist, on the other hand, is an advocate of statism. They're an advocate of big government. I do not want big government. I want a small government. I want a government that does not get in my way, does not limit me. Policy, mandate, whatever it is, okay? Laws. Lawmakers, I remember the day I woke up to that term. Before that, lawmaker. Huh? Well, then one day, lawmaker. Why do they got to make all these laws? Why? Oh, yes. Yes, yes. It's more authoritarianism. Okay, and let's see. I got some stuff. Authoritarianism isn't merely destructive and immoral, even conceptually, it is completely bonkers. And it is. Because authoritarianism, like with China, it limits, it screws your life up, it screws the country up. But this blockheaded mindset of it's like, authoritarianists are complete fucked up, useless people. They need to have power. Okay. As a voluntarist, okay, taxation is theft, says a voluntarist. A statist, no, I pay voluntarily, so it can't be theft. Voluntarist, taxes are not paid, they are extracted by threat force. You lie to yourself. Now, maybe I did say that, okay? Law abiding citizen, okay, is the indoctrination word for really scared of violence against me. If I don't pay my tax, well, here's the thing. I don't pay my tax. It's taken from me. It is stolen from me. It's extorted from me. It is taken off the top. If I make $1,200 a year, and now I'm just you know say they take 200 and some dollars out of my check. I want to get my check and I want to see how much. All right, here we are. Got a yeah. I gotta see. Let's see. Federal income tax. Let's see. Federal income tax was $129.01. Yeah. So right before I got my check, they took that out of my check. All right. Which means that whoever, they ought to have an IRS agent come into my job and do $129.01 worth of work. That way, they would have earned that. They didn't earn it. But remember, my road is that way. Okay. The statist will tell you that. But the statist will also complain when the government infringes on their rights, or takes infringes on their freedoms. As I said, I'm anti-statist. I'm a voluntarist. I'm a voluntarist. I'm a anarchist. Okay. Um, and the anti-statist is characterized by or expressing opposition to statism. We believe that in most social problems are a result of too much government interference in the operation of the free market. Yes, yes. Um, the first known use of that was 1886. Let's go back to statist. The first known use was 1898, and statism, the first known use was 1890. So 1890, all within the 1890s, people are like, yeah, okay, here's a new word. And uh, yeah, now I ran out of, but anyway, yes, I'm an anti-statist. I want small government. I do not want to be, you know, I don't want to have to go get a permit from a government to build on my property or even in your property. That is ridiculous. It's crazy. I don't give a damn. Okay? I don't give a damn what the excuse of the statist is. Oh, well, shut up. And a lot of these people, okay, I live back here in the rural area, and in Schaeferstown a number of years ago, they got sewer. And when certain people in that town found out that those of us back here in the rural area weren't going to get it, what did they do? Why, they didn't like the fact that now they are have to pay for sewer, that the government came in and put it in. They okay, this is what's going to happen, and you're going to just suck it up and deal with it. And they didn't like that. But what did they do? These pathetic little statists went to the government and whined about the fact that we're not getting it. So now the government's like, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So now every 3 years, I got to pay $30 to the government to have my septic system cleaned out. Plus, I have to pay $200 to the septic cleaner. Okay. And there are people, well, that's only $30. Yeah, that's only $30. You want to pay it? Shut up. It's only $30. See, you're a statist. I wouldn't have done that. If I'd have heard, okay, these people in the rural area ain't going to be getting water and sewer or whatever, I'd be like, good for them. It's too bad we got it, because some people, the elderly that were on fixed incomes, they were going to have to pay $10,000, and they went to I think up to Lebanon, to the municipal building, and talked to them, and they got laughed at. Well, right there, you're done. You're laughing at me? Man, authoritarianism is just a bunch of scumbags, and that's what we got, a bunch of scumbags. And I don't care what these people do. During the whole nonsense that went on in 2020, 2021, the governor here in Pennsylvania had all the mandates and ordinances and nonsense. And then after that, I think it was a year or two after that, then they voted in the state house. They voted to pretty much limit the powers so they can't do that again. Really? You went along with it up to that point. It's like DeSantis and all these people. They all played the same game and locked people down and all that. They didn't have a clue. In the beginning of that whole thing, found out what it was. I found out it was man-made and all that. And I realized early on that it probably wasn't going to be, harmful to me. And it wasn't. I never got it. I got the regular flu. But yeah. But a statist they don't want the government screwing with them. But then they don't have a problem if the government screws with you. It's like, oh, well, they screwed with me. Well, no, I'm going to get them to screw with you. God, grow up. You got to come over here with us and say, what can we do about this? Yeah. So I'm not. I'm 100% opposed to statism. Okay, like I said about the anarchy, I want to be left alone, and I want you to leave me alone, and I want to leave you alone. And if you don't leave me alone, I'm not going to forget you. If you tax me and you go, well, there's a reason. No, there ain't no reason. You're just bad at budgeting. That's what you are. What are you doing with all that money? Where's that going, huh? What do you get, a boat? What are you doing with it? Okay, and then your little statist, you know, traitor, you know. So I just wanted to make this video. Like I said, I'm learning, and I just want everybody else to learn. If I don't know how you feel about this, I'm gonna put a video. There's a guy named Larkin Rose. I think his name's Larkin Rose. He has a video on statism. That's where I got the whole authoritarianism isn't merely destructive and immoral. Even conceptually, it's completely bonkers. That's what he said. But yeah, anti-statist, anti-statism, pro-voluntarism, uh, freedom. That's what I am. 100% freedom. So that's all I got right now. And I'm going to have another video on corporatism and um, capitalism. And also, I'm going to make a video on a controlled opposition, because I have fallen into calling all these people like Tucker Carlson and Russell Brand controlled opposition. And here's the thing, they may not be. They may, because Tucker, both of them seem to come out and they're trying to find the truth. And that's great, because once you start trying to find the truth and you go down the right path, it's going to fall into place. So that's all I got today, right now. I will come out with a couple more, hopefully today. Yesterday I got distracted, but that's it. And just let me know what you think. And like I always say, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't. If you want to if you don't like it, let me know. All right. So that's it. And until next time, this is Dave Kramer, and this is Kramer Unstuck.